Okay, welcome back. And we're going to continue on with the part 2 of the workshop. And this one I title my social butterfly, putting the social in social media and creating solid media content. And this is really where I do a lot of coaching as well. I can help you determine what kind of content to put on social media. I even do some creation on the side for a fee, but that's something else I'm able to help you with. So these are the topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to determine your brand, and that's just a short little section. We're going to talk a little bit about the importance of having a vision and mission statement. We're going to talk a little bit about digital marketing and really what the difference is between marketing and sales. And we will discuss the different social media platforms. And then honestly, at the end, I'm going to give you a few minutes to come up with some social media content that you can use. And we'll kind of give you some ideas before we get rolling with that. So here we go. Get your papers and pencils out to take some notes. Okay, so number one, when you're an author, you are the brand, not your book, because if you're lucky, you're going to write more than one book, and those books have different topics, and you might write a nonfiction book and you might write a fiction book. And so you don't want to come up with different marketing plans for everything. I mean, you're going to have to, because you have to be specific to your target market. However, you're selling you, really. People need to trust you and invest in you. So you are your brand. I noticed on the chat, somebody had asked, what if you write under a pseudonym? Okay, I understand sometimes there's a reason why you might want to do that. And that might, to protect privacy or to, keep it separated. However, if you have to invest in time on social media and invest in your readers and reach out to them and find them, how can you do that under a pseudonym? So I understand there's times that you're going to need to do that, but it's hard when you're an author because you're the brand, right? Think of authors that you follow. You don't follow that individual book, you follow the authors. And so they're the ones that are going to be interacting with you. So this is another thing to think about. A lot of people have a Facebook account, and you have to open that up to public. You have to be okay with all of your social media platforms being public. And so you need to make a decision. Am I going to use a business account, or am I going to use an author page, or am I going to just use my personal social media? So, you want to be consistent across all platforms. You want to use the same username so they can find you everywhere. Mine is Lauren Cruz A to Z, right? Across everything. You want to use the same profile picture. You don't want a different profile picture on every social media content because they may not recognize you. You want to make it easy for your followers to find you. Use a profile picture. Don't just put a picture of just your book or a picture of your puppies or your grandkids. You want them to find you. So that's why you need to do that. Also, some people, I'll get friend requests from people, and if you don't have a profile picture of a real person, I honestly won't follow you because I don't know who you are or anything about you or what you look like. So I want to see you. Your color choices on Instagram. When you do a feed, you may want to have a very specific brand color that when people look at the whole feed, it's the same colors. On your website, on your blogs, all of those things are part of the brand. Do you have a logo that you could use or make that kind of introduces you or your message or your mission statement or your vision statement? So all of these are things to consider with your brand. I talked a little bit about how do you want to handle your things on social media. If you're not comfortable having everything wide open, then you may want to create your page and do it now, because as you're interacting and marketing and networking, where do you want to funnel those followers, right? Do you want them on your personal page, or do you want them on your business page. So you've got to figure out how to get those followers to those particular pages. When I started, I didn't have a lot of followers on Facebook. I had maybe 500 because it was just real friends and family. But as I began to meet people, they would send me friend requests on my personal Facebook page. And I had to make a choice, am I going to accept them here, or am I going to try to put them somewhere else? And to me, it made sense just to accept people on my personal page. My personal page is wide open and public. It did change how I post things and what I put out there now, because everybody has access to it. So you have to make that choice in what's best for you. If I have something very personal to post, I usually will post it with my husband to just our family and friends, right? Just the real people, versus my Facebook page, because everything is out there in the public. So you are the brand. And so everything you post from now on social media has to reflect you and your brand, what it is that you're posting and what it is you're marketing. Okay, real quick, it is important, even at this stage of the game, to have a mission statement, a vision statement, or both, and to really sit and focus on your values. And this is something I spend time with when I do my coaching. This could be a couple of sessions, because you're trying to create a vision statement. And it's important because this defines who you are, what your brand is, what your message is. And it helps you make decisions between accepting an opportunity or not, right? We're trying to get our books out there and to get the word out there. And so we're, marketing and sending stuff out there like crazy. Well, when we get a response, we need to know, okay, is this something that really falls within my mission and my vision? Or is this just going to be too much work and it becomes a distraction? So your vision statement, your mission statement very much helps you clarify that. And it's important to have those. So your mission is really what is your passion? Why do you get up and out of bed every day? Okay. And mine is teaching. I love teaching, whether it's God's word or helping new authors. Man, I love teaching. And so that's my passion. My vision is, where am I personally going with my business, with me personally, with my customers? And my vision that I see is that I can become a resource and a servant leader and and the ability to serve others. And so that's really, when I am doing things, I kind of look at it under that umbrella. Am I able to serve and help people with this? And my values, it really defines who I am personally. And it gives me the criteria of what I work under. So my values are truth, right? I want to deal with the truth and faith, and my family is very important, and having a good balance between work and time with my family. My values are, I am a hard worker, right? I am diligent. That's a word that really very much describes me. I'm not going to leave you in the lurch. If I make a commitment, it may take me a while, but I'm going to fulfill that commitment. So those are my values. And so it's important for you to sit and take time to kind of list these things out. And also they affect what you post on social media. It becomes part of your brand. Okay, and this is just a little template I use with my clients when I'm trying to help you come up with a mission statement. You're welcome to take a picture of this, slide number 3, but create a mission statement. I am and then give me a really good descriptive noun of who you are. And what do you do? Give me a nice strong verb. So you will, and then what's the goal? Where do you want your clients or your readers to end up with your material? So my statement would be, I'm a champion for new authors. So I've got a nice strong descriptive. I'm gonna work hard for you, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make you successful, make you a champion. Right? I strive, that's my strong action verb, to guide you through the publishing process. And I'm going to help you master social media content so your book will reach the perfect reader. That's where we're taking you. That's where I'm taking you with this process, is to get your book to your perfect target market, right? So you may want to take some time to work on a vision statement, because it'll definitely define who you are, what your goals are, who your target market is. It's all part of the process. Okay, digital marketing. Look a little bit into that. So first of all, marketing is not sales. It's not the same thing. A lot of people kind of feel icky getting on social media and like, hey, buy my book. And honestly, unless you're paying for ads, Facebook now does not like, buy here, or there's catchwords that you put in your post that they don't like, and they'll kind of shadow ban it a little bit. For a discount, different, asking for a discount or promoting your book or buy here or something, unless you've paid for an ad, they really don't want to share those posts. There are a few little ways around it we can do it. You can usually say, hey, if you're interested in learning more about my product, comment, and then you can DM them on the side. That's a little way to get around it. But marketing, though, is not sales. And so we get stuck thinking, oh my God, I've just got to sell my book on social media. That's not what social media is for. You are marketing on social media. You are concerned with your audience's needs and perceptions and feelings, and you are getting your book out there so that they become aware of it, so that you can have some kind of call to action. Marketing is educating your target market, your target readers, shaping them, priming them for a purchase. Now, it sounds kind of icky, like, oh my gosh, I'm manipulating them. You kind of are. You are educating them. You're getting them to know you and trust you. Because think about when you buy something, how many of you like trigger immediately? I'm going to buy that immediately. Or how many times do you kind of see a message, or you've gotten to know somebody and you're like, okay, they're valid, they're legit, I'm going to buy from them, right? Think about too, Facebook runs so many ads and products, and honestly, you never know if they're something from another country, or if I'm buying from China that's going to never get to me, or if it's a legit website and a legit person. So that's what marketing is. You are educating and socializing with your target market. Marketing is like dating, right? You're getting to know your market. Your market is getting to know you. They're learning more about you. They're trusting you. They're understanding what a resource you are, what a valid source you are. And so you're kind of dating and getting to know each other. You're collecting words and phrases. What are their needs? How can I meet those needs? You're trying to find that communication that when you speak it, they understand it and they're drawn to you. Okay. Marriage is sales. That's when you put the ring on it, they're making a purchase, right? There's a difference. Marketing is just dating. Marriage is more of the commitment that they're going to actually make a purchase and buy. So that's a good way to think of the two. Okay, so social media is marketing. And to be effective, like I said, you need to be effective at speaking their language, using keywords that trigger their needs, wants, desires, pain. Okay, so here's an example. Which one speaks to you a little better? Okay, which one kind of hits your pain points or hits your needs? Okay, I strive to educate the author in moving their readers from a sales funnel to conversion. All right, even if you know what that means, okay, it's still very academic and it's still very, a little cold, right? Or does this speak better to your need? I teach frazzled, overwhelmed writers how to build needed platform through a relationship. So I'm kind of saying the same thing, but I'm definitely speaking to those benefits and those needs, right? Right. How many of us aren't frazzled and a little overwhelmed as we're trying to write this book and figure out the whole marketing process and understanding content and social media and learning how to use all these different websites and platforms and technologies, right? It can be a little overwhelming. And how do I build platform, right? If you've never been in the writing industry, what the heck is platform? Why do I need it? I don't want to write about me. I just want to write about Jesus, right? And well, there's more to it. And I need to market through relationships, because those relationships are what I need to build that platform. So this is a good example of showing, not telling, right? Number one would be, I'm telling you what I'm doing. It's accurate. It's there. But B is more, I'm showing you, I'm letting you experience that a little bit. Like there might be some keywords in there that kind of trigger a little bit of a pain or a need for you. So that's a good way to understand how to speak to your audience. Okay, I thought this might be interesting. How long does a social media post last, right? Which one is going to give you more bang for your buck? Take a look in this, try to find your social media of choice and see if you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. Now, you don't have to be on every social media platform, right? TikTok is the new thing and it's kind of fun and everything, but there's a pretty good learning curve of how to get those videos within 1 to 3 minutes and how to add captions and how to, add all the extras to it. It takes time. So it may be your thing or it may not be your thing, and you need to do research to find, is your target market hanging out on TikTok? You'd be surprised, there's a lot of old people on TikTok. But instead of doing that, maybe you might want to kind of like what Charlie is doing, record these sessions, and then maybe that becomes a YouTube channel for you or something. So all of this is social media, and all of it can be used to market and build relationships and date your audience. So I thought that was interesting. If you find what is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck for your target audience. Okay, there are a variety of other marketing channels, not just social media. You can market through your website. You can market through an email campaign. And the email, actually, we're going to talk a little bit more about that one. That's a good one. There is social media. You can do paid searches. You can do paid advertisements. You can do things that are just going to be for your mobile device, and then different things for display ads. So there are a variety of marketing channels. Social media is not your only platform. There are other ways to create and build your platform. But I thought it was interesting. 66% of the people, that visit websites, that's your marketing, niche right there. 54% of the marketing done digitally is done through email campaigns. That's a big chunk, right? So you might want to take advantage of some of that. Okay, did you notice that websites and emails are number 1 and number 2? And this is something that will go on your proposal. And I wanted to pause real quick because I did see another question. Do I need to do a proposal if I'm going to go hybrid? You don't have to. You may still want to do like an introduction, a little bit about you, just to kind of get you to firm up your target market and your own pitch and stuff. But a hybrid, you're paying them, so they're going to publish your book regardless. You don't need a proposal. But this is something else. You do need to begin to build an email list. If you do a proposal through a traditional publisher, they want to know how many subscribers do you have on your email list, and they want to know the data that goes behind that. How many clicks, how many opens, how many subscribe versus how many follows, that kind of thing. So you need to get it. You need to start. Also, you own your email list and you're not going to lose it. And so social media accounts do get shadow banned. I know that on Facebook, if you are a Christian, you can no longer, this is just as of like March, they will not allow you to advertise specifically to Christians. They have taken that option away. If you mention a lot of faith-based things, you get shadow banned, and all that means is you're kind of in the shadows. You're still there. They haven't blocked you. You still have an account and everything, but your algorithm isn't going to show up in your followers as much. And so it's important to know that your email list, you can do whatever you want with it, and they're not gonna ban you. You're not censored through an email list. Also, there's been challenges. Facebook and Instagram, I remember last year, they were off. They were down for like a day. And so, did you lose that account? TikTok bans accounts all the time. So, do I want to recreate those accounts and get all those followers again and again and again? Or do I just want to continue marketing through email? So all of it's important, but email, you get the highest conversion rate. Like when it comes to the point of selling your book, you're going to sell better through your email account than a social media ask. Okay. Also, email has an 81% retention rate, and that there are unsubscribe options, but think about it. How often do you take the time to sit and unsubscribe? And so, you have a better chance of them sticking with you. Also, when you go through companies like MailChimp and HubSpot, you can evaluate your data. Like, did they actually open my email? So then you can evaluate, was my headline good enough, right? Did they actually click and open? How much time did they spend reading through my email? So was my content engaging? And then if you have a little call to action, we're like, here, buy my book, how many did everything, right? So it's important to look at that data and evaluate it because it helps you become a better marketer. Okay, and also if you are a blogger or if you send emails, there's a lot of like how many times you should do it, but I can tell you the minimum is monthly. Don't go more than a month without sending a blog or sending some kind of email. And an email could be a newsletter or just a quick update of what's going on with the process of your book or your story or your brand. Okay, there are a variety of ways to collect emails. You can do it through Facebook ads. You can do it through Facebook groups. When you set up your group, they have to enter an email to join. Blogs, any webinars, everybody here, when you signed up for your webinar, you had to enter your email account. And so we have collected your email. Book signings, you can put a page out. And just last weekend, I was at a book signing at a park, and on my table, I had people signing up to receive emails from me. So I got it. Speaking, if I speak in a place, I often will ask them to follow me and sign up. And there's even an app that you can on your phone, and I've used this. There's different people that now, instead of sending a blog announcement, they just send a text message, and it goes to everybody on their text group, their text group, and it's like a group text, and you're able to send out information and context through your text. And so that's becoming a thing. So there's definitely ways. You always want to offer some. You can also do it through some kind of opt-in or offer. Charlie offered free downloads and giveaways for this webinar. And so, we might want to use that to collect emails. I have a chart that I give out. If you're interested in my book, it's a Pinterest ad. And you want to look at the chart for all of Proverbs 31, but when you click it, it collects your email. And so then you sign up to become part of my email group. So there's ways to beef up and grow your emails resources. It's important. Okay, so this is how we create our content. And there's so many ways out there. Some people are like, share the top 3 things or the top 4 or the 7 or whatever, but this is what I have found to be the most effective in creating content. You can almost think of it as a triangle. Okay, so on one side, you want to be social. That's what social media is, right? You want to be social with people. So that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and kept my personal Facebook page as my account, basically. Because I share things about my family. Your followers are going to want to know things. They want to get to know you. So it's hard for me to say I write for married women and they don't even know if I'm married or not, right? So my husband's on there. Also, I want to educate. I want to teach my readers why I'm an authority on my topic. I have spent a lot of time, effort, and education myself, getting degrees and going through certifications. And so I want to educate you that you can trust me when I share this information with you, or when I tell you, about the Hebrew words of a passage. I know the tools, and I've taken the time to look those things up. I'm not just talking. I'm trying to educate you. That's part of me being a teacher. Also, the other part would be to promote others over yourself. And I think social media is a great example for us to be servants to others. And so as you connect into the writing arena and you become networking with other writers, they're going to ask you to be on launch teams. That's when their book is being launched into the universe, right? They're going to ask you to write reviews for them. They're going to ask you, will you please share about my new story or my new blog or whatever? I don't mind sharing those things and promoting other writers, because this world is big enough. There's enough people out there that are going to buy our books. We may be on completely different topics, right? They're in the same boat I am, trying to get the word out. And if I promote them, then when it's my turn, they'll promote me, right? That's the part of being a relationship and being social and networking. So I definitely take a servant leaderhood approach to all of this marketing and all of this networking. So that's the three corners of the triangle, or the three sides of the triangle, that I try to use when I use social media. Okay, so what in the world do I post? All right, so you do need to determine your core 4 to 6 topics that really represent you, your brand well. This could be your genre, it could be your faith. You might, every time you post, there could be things about faith, your hobbies, your family, pets, everything, okay? And it definitely is part of your mission statement. That becomes the basis of all your posts. So all one big umbrella, right? Lauren Cruz, this is the big umbrella. Well, who is Lauren Cruz? Well, I'm a Bible teacher. So my posts are going to talk about word studies and different types of Bible studies and resources that I have found that help my Bible studies be a little easier. Okay. I'm also a watercolor artist. So I post my watercolor pictures. I talk about it. I might turn them into a blog or use them in a blog, or just talk about different things that I've learned through the watercolor process. But I don't think I'm very good, but I enjoy doing that. I like it. I'm also a photographer. So all my photography is used when I make memes and when I put verses online. They're also pictures that I've taken. And I've been to Israel. And so I use all my photography during the week leading up to Easter to kind of give my readers like a tour of Israel. I've done that in the past. So those are all different ideas for things that you can use that are about you. Like I love nature and I love taking pictures of flowers and I love the mountains. And so my photography reflects that, and that's me. I'm also a school teacher. So I probably need to change this because I just quit, but I teach seniors. So a lot of times I post things and it talks about school and it's got stuff from, from my school and things that I experienced with my kids. I do teach English. So when my kids do a really good job with a project or something, I brag on them. So I'll have to find a new thing to write about. I am a mom and grandma, and so I share. My daughter just graduated from college, and everybody that follows me, they know, whether they know me in person or not, they know my daughter is the last of 3 to graduate, 3 with degrees, right? And I'm a grandma, and one of my grandkids are adopted. And so that's something that's becoming even more near and dear to me. So I will post more about that and adoptions. And I am definitely a coffee drinker and a tea, if you please. I prefer hot drinks or water. And so it's not uncommon for me to post a picture of my book in front of a fireplace with a cup of coffee, right? That's an easy way to promote myself and my book. So think about 4 to 6 things that kind of represent your topic. What could I post about? Okay, so number 1, how can I be social? And I'll just let you know, folks, I am a huge introvert. So if I can do this on social media, you can too. Okay, so how do I be social? Maybe some fun facts. Could be fun facts about your book, could be fun facts that things that you learned. A lot of people write fiction based on the area of the country they write about, they live in. I have a friend that all of her books are set in coastal Georgia, St. Simon's Island. And so she'll post fun facts about St. Simon's Island. Your hobbies, things that you do to relax, maybe a bucket list that you completed or you want to do. How do you handle or balance things, right? How do I handle and balance the demands I've had as a public school teacher with, this whole writing world thing? Maybe my favorite things, maybe share a hack that you learned. You're going to be learning all kinds of new things and new technologies, and maybe, share something that you learned recently. If you write about being a parent, parent hacks, marriage hacks, cleaning hacks, organizational hacks, all that becomes content that you can use if it represents you and your brand. This or that questions, challenges, how do you overcome or how did you fail? Hashtags, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, but hashtags, all a hashtag is a way to tag your information into a specific group. But I would just give you a warning, please research hashtags, because you may say hashtag women of Jacksonville, like I would, because I minister to the women of Jacksonville, but that could be a hashtag for certain women of Jacksonville. So I need to look at that before I use it and make sure I'm using an appropriate hashtag. But honestly, what it does is it connects you to that, and if you're not familiar with it, it just kind of tags you into, it almost becomes like a search engine. Okay. So these are ways that you can be very social on social media. These are the fun things to post about. Okay, educate. You want to educate your reader. This is part of that dating process. Why are you an authority? Who are you to be speaking about this topic? Well, if you're writing in a certain content or genre, you become an expert in that area. So write about it. What's your why? Why do you need to, why does your reader need your book? Start speaking through your social media posts to those needs and wants. So then they're more likely to click buy or do your call to action later. Share how-tos, relate to something that's trending that relates to your topic. I do use TikTok, and I go through and I actually paint watercolors of the different Hebrew letters and kind of explain the pictograph behind it. It's a 1 or 2 to 3 minute video, but I can do that quickly, so that the next thing I go into is, how does that all relate to Proverbs 31? And then the next thing that goes into is my new book, Word Made Flesh, and how does Christ relate to the Hebrew alphabet? So that's a whole series that I'm doing that's interesting, but it's also educating, so that when my book comes out, they're like, of course she wrote a book about it. That's all she talks about. So you're wanting to educate your audience. Okay, your goal is to build trust. You want them to see you as an expert. You're overcoming objections, why they wouldn't want to buy your book. And you're speaking to their needs, right? This is where that target market comes in. Do they have a lack of time? Right? Maybe they're people that aren't super committed to finish. Maybe it's a hard topic. This is a hard topic to talk about, right? I don't want to talk about this, but no, they see you doing it and you can handle how to speak about those hard topics. Maybe they've been hurt by the church or by something, and you can start talking to them about that. Maybe they don't know the Bible very well. Okay, well, my book makes it so easy because, right? So you're starting to educate them. All right. Okay, and then the last one is promote others, and then yourself. And all this is networking, and all this is just really getting, your team and your people, finding your people. Okay. If there's a cause that you support, so adoption is getting big for me. And I saw Nikki Hertzler on her. She is a foster. Here, I'm going to promote her. She's a foster mom. She has fostered, she and her husband and her family have fostered for years. Guess what her new book is about? She's coming out soon, about fostering. And so you know, I'm able to promote her easily because I know that that is something that she is an expert in and she has a passion for. So I have no problem supporting that cause. Maybe interview another writer, right? I can interview Nikki because she needs she needs my platform to benefit from, and it might be, you know, help her get a whole new group of people. They may be interested in Proverbs 31, but I'm willing to bet there's lots of people that foster in my platform as well. So now they're going to go to her as well. It's fine. There's enough readers for everybody. Maybe invite them to blog for you. I am terrible. I actually hate blogging, right? I'm terrible about it. But I can fill up my blog with other people that would like to write for me. So if you would like to write for me, you are welcome to send me your articles. I will feature them on my blog. Okay. Maybe mention a follower using the @ sign. You know, you can fill them in if you're on Facebook or Instagram or anything else. Say thank you. Say thank you. I can't thank Charlie enough. So I can't wait to share about the Rooted Cafe, and I hope it grows her platform. I hope it grows her base of followers. Have guests share snippets of what you're writing about, what they're writing about, share quotes, you know, make memes up and have quotes from their material. All you're doing is promoting others, helping others, and networking, because at some point that you're going to need their help too. And so it's the right thing to do, is just to be social and share with each other. Okay, use images on any of your social media platforms. Blogs with images actually get 94% more views than images without. And the algorithms prefer fresh, new photography instead of just using stock photos that have cycled through before. So that's where my photography comes in. I can use my photos to give you a new interest. Images have 65% more retweets on Twitter, and 6 out of 10 people actually would rather watch a video because it's short and sweet. Instead of just watching TV or reading through a blog or reading through material, they'd rather watch a quick video. I thought this was interesting too. Different social interests, right? Videos are high, images are high, text is a little bit lower. And also, you want to keep your blogs and your text short. So think of you on your phone. Are you scrolling through reading all these details, or are you using bullet points and some quick things, right? You want to make it as easy as you can for your user and your reader. Okay, I thought you might like this. These are the best times to post on Facebook. Now, it's interesting, 3 o'clock in the morning, right, is the highest engagement. This is all the menopausal women, because remember it said Facebook has high interaction. So we're all up at 3 a.m. So we're all posting. But you could, if you choose to do a business account or an author page on Facebook, then you have access to their business suite platform, and they have a you can plan and pre-plan and put calendar of when you want to post your material. So you don't have to be up at 3 a.m. but you can, pre-plan it so that your things will post at that time, knowing you probably have people see it. But also, it's interesting too, like 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And if you think about that, that's like the lunch hour. When we have our lunch hour, we have a few minutes to jump on Facebook and to see that. So this might be interesting. So when you are posting or going live or, setting up and pre-scheduling things, hit it when you're going to have the most people online and you have the biggest engagements. Otherwise, it just gets wasted. Okay, this is the best time to post on Instagram. Okay, and Instagram, we're going to talk a little bit about in a second, like what is the target market for Facebook? What is the target market for Instagram? So that's why it's important to know your target audience and where do they hang out, online and offline. Are they on Instagram? Instagram is usually most the millennial age group is mostly. So, isn't that interesting? See, they're not up at 3 a.m. They're waking up and getting out of bed a little later than we are. So this is important. Okay, and then here's Twitter. Twitter is 9 a.m. and that makes sense because Twitter is mostly going to be more the business folks, who is the target market for Twitter. So I think it's interesting to see when they're on. So post when they're on. Okay, know where to reach your audience. So this, I want to take a picture of this and study it a little bit later. But we've got all the social media. We've got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Twitter. Okay, and all the way down to TikTok, Reddit, Nextdoor, all of it. The highest users, or it looks like it's going to be on YouTube, which is a surprise. YouTube is a search engine. But think about it. Think of if you need to fix anything, you go to a YouTube, right? And it'll tell you exactly how to do it. Okay, well, you can use the same material. If you want to talk to your folks about the Hebrew alphabet, I can create those videos and I can post them on YouTube. So, and then here's my user. My target market is really people probably from 30 to 60s, honestly. And so they're going to be on YouTube. The next highest platform is going to be for them to be on Facebook. So I do a lot of my social marketing on Facebook. I do hit Instagram because the millennials, the 30 to 49, is going to be on Instagram. I thought it was just, if you look all the way down, I do use TikTok as well. And so I do have a little bit of a hit in the age group between 39-40 for TikTok, but then look at, I even said, make sure you understand their income because you've even got, their yearly income is in there. So this is a really good slide to take a picture of. Okay, here's a few more ideas. So you want to work smarter, not harder. So think of packaging, using all of your marketing material multiple times. So I have a podcast and I might want to use snippets of my audio in a post somewhere else, or I might want to record when I'm doing my podcast and then take that video and post it to a YouTube channel as well, because some people might want to watch it, some people want to listen to it. Okay, I might want to do a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live. Videos get more traction. So I know everybody hates to go live, but even if you just say, hey, can't wait for you to join me in my writing workshop. See you Sunday. Okay, record yourself reading an excerpt of your book and then use that as your Facebook Live. Last summer, I actually did my entire devotional. I did a daily devotion through the month of July because there's 31 devotions. There's 31 days in July. And so every morning at, I think it was 9 o'clock in the morning, I just jumped on and I read that devotional, just said a prayer with my followers and left. And that was it. But it was a consistent video that they followed. Also use images that the same image you post on your blog can become an ad or an image on Pinterest. And then when people click it, it shoots you back to your blog or to your website. I can use that same image on Instagram, right? And it's used multiple times to push people back to my blog, my website, my email list. Okay, and it is a building project. You're going to need to post consistently. You can use Facebook Creative Studios to schedule. Also, you can link Instagram and Facebook together. So when you do that Facebook Studio, you can post the same thing. My goal this year is to try to build Instagram a little bit more. And all I've done is I've linked my Instagram page and my Facebook page. Now it's the same content, but I've noticed I'm getting much more interaction on Instagram just because I'm being a little more consistent in my posting. Tailwind is used to schedule your Pinterest pins. You may want to take batch photos, right? I might want to put my book with a cup of coffee. I may want to take my book with a cup of tea. I may want to take the same image in different colors or different times of day, and I want to batch that same shot, that same idea, because I might want to use it all through the month, right? I'm not going to do picture after picture after picture of the same thing, but I've got batches of that similar photo, and then I can spread them out over my content over a period of time. So it makes it easier to take those pictures all at once. Take advantages of trends and look for topics that people are already searching. Keywords are important. Put yourself in the place of your audience. How would your audience search things? How would your audience, what keywords would they search if they put it into Google or YouTube or Pinterest, right? How can I get my stuff in front of them based on those keywords or things that are already trending or people are already searching for? Okay, and don't forget, there's TV, there's print, there's podcasting, there's influencers, there's always radio shows. You do need to query podcasters and radio and TV, just like you query your agents. So go ahead and start collecting that information, and you're going to use it multiple times across all the platforms. Okay, this is a way to expand your network. You want to follow and engage those who are similar, and I call them mentor accounts. Okay, so my one of my mentor accounts might be Lisa TerKeurst, because she is all things Proverbs 31, and so I want to follow her, and if she speaks about topics that might be interesting, I may want to reshare that information. Or next time I create a post about something in my book, I may want to tag her, like at Lisa TerKeurst, and then she starts seeing me, and then we could hopefully interact with each other. That's the dream, right? But you want to mentor, you want to follow those accounts that are similar to you and use those as your mentor accounts, not to copy and to steal their content, but to see who their followers are. This is something they suggest all the time. I may want to go to Lisa TerKeurst's Instagram account, and I may want to follow her followers or send them friend requests, and usually they'll friend me, and then I get to start sharing information to that audience, right? I've tagged into her audience. So there's different ways you can start building your platform. That's finding their friends and follow their friends. Join groups, join book clubs, become a trusted source, right? I queried Charlie. She took a chance on me. She has allowed me to do this workshop, but she's also published some of my blogs, right? She did a book challenge or a book club with me. And so I've expanded my reach just by making a contact with Charlie, and it's been a blessing. Facebook and IG stories and reels, and then here's the cool thing about the Facebook lives. You see who watched, and so then you can retarget those that are watching you, because you know that that's a person that is interested in your content. Okay, and then write about topics that people are already searching. This is the importance of knowing keywords, the importance of knowing your audience. What are they searching for? What needs do they have? Write about them so that they start following you. Okay, and just a quick word about Pinterest. It's a search engine. It's one of the fastest growing, biggest search engines around. There are boards and there are communities within Pinterest, and you might want to tap into some of those communities. I would recommend signing up for a business account because it gives you data that you're going to need. You can see how many people click your ads. Are your ads being effective? Your pins, not necessarily your ads, but your pins. How many are clicking through to your websites, all of that. So I would definitely, if you are interested, move your personal account and move it into a business account. All it is a search engine, and it can be used to drive traffic to your blogs, your websites, your email list, and Amazon for book sales. So it's a really good resource. Okay, here's a ton of other resources. Canva, we mentioned Canva. BookBub is a good one. BookBrush is a good one. PicMonkey is good for photographs. Canva is probably my number one, but PicMonkey is good too. Pixabay is a source for free photographs that you can download. MailChimp is fabulous, and HubSpot is another one that I'm starting to really work with a little bit more. You don't have to have a website to collect emails. You can collect emails through MailChimp and HubSpot, and you can create landing pages, sales funnels, everything you need to do. MailChimp, you have the option of doing newsletters through them. You can do email campaigns with both MailChimp and HubSpot. There's a variety of things that you can use to begin to collect and interact with your email blog and with your email subscribers. So it's important to do that. Landing pages are a little more advanced. That's something I can help you with as a coach. Basically, it's the first stop in a sales funnel. You guys see those, I know, in your emails and things like that. You'll start getting emails from different companies, and then slowly they move you to a call to action. So that's something you can use as an author. Okay, all right, so we'll slow down for just a second, and hopefully you printed out your month, your calendar of June. Now there's other ways you can do this. You can do a calendar online or something, but sometimes it's nice just to have a good old fashioned piece of paper in front of you. And today we're going to start to create some content. And so you're going to need that calendar. Get a pencil. You're going to definitely want to do it in pencil with an eraser. And also I printed out a whole listing of National Calendar Days. And there's a website. You can go to the National Calendar Day website. You can sign up and they'll send it to your email. And this is like, what is the day of the month? Like what's the celebration for the day? And sometimes, just sometimes, there is a national holiday for content or things that fall under my umbrella, right? So I post about everything that's got anything to do with writing, like today's National Poetry Day, National Children's Book Day, National Library Day, National School Library Day. So I post about all those things. National Photography Day, National Take a Hike Day. Those are things I post about because they relate to me and my brand, and it's social media. So the first thing I would do is I would look at my month of June, and the first thing I do is I mark off days that I'm not going to post. So I don't post a lot on Sunday, right? Sunday is my day of rest. For the Torah observant folks, Saturday is their day of rest. I know Charlie, from Friday night to Saturday night, she's offline. There's no business hours. So mark off the days you're not going to worry about posting. Now, you can preload and pre-plan your posts, but that's not what you're messing with. You're offline on those days, and it's okay. It's okay to take a day off. So mark off any days you're not going to use. And I'll give you a moment to do that. Think about birthdays, think about anniversaries, and fill those in, because you may want to make a nice post about a birthday or a nice post about an anniversary or graduation, right? My high school kids are graduating this Thursday. So I already know my post for that day will be about their graduation. Okay. The next thing is take a look at your handout for National Calendar Days. And I know it's a lot. There's a ton, and you can find this on nationalcalendardays.com. If you Google it, you'll be able to find that. You can look at every month. I just made you a copy of it for June. So go through and look at June, and are there anything, any holidays, any celebrations during the month of June that relate to you and your umbrella topics, your brand? If so, fill those days in, write them down on your calendar. Okay, now you have all those other blank days. And you may want to go through the weeks and you may decide I'm only going to post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if that's the case, mark out Tuesday and Thursday. You don't have to worry about content for that. And this could be content for any social media platform. It's not just Facebook. I'm going to talk about Facebook, but this could be for any of them. This is any content you want to post. Okay, now I've put up the different topics you can post about. And all you're going to do is fill in those empty days. And you know what? You may want to just do a pattern. Every Monday, I'm going to post a Motivational Monday fact, or I'm going to post a Motivational Monday Bible verse, or a Motivational Monday, funny quote, something funny, So then just go straight down Mondays and just post the same thing every Monday. I promise you, folks don't remember what you posted last Monday. Okay, so I put up your Be Social. I put up your promotion opportunities. You can promote. And I put up an opportunity posts ideas to educate people. So fill in your days. You might want to take a photograph of this slide. Okay, and you may or may not get the whole month filled in, but I would focus on maybe getting a week or two and at least get some ideas down so that you can begin to share and build your platform. And this is what it means to build your platform, right? You're marketing and getting to know your audience and your followers. And you have a really good opportunity within this chat. If you want to, you can post your username in the chat and other folks in this group can follow you. We can follow each other and begin building the network. Okay. All right. And then my final one for me is thank you for doing this. My QR code here is if you would like to book a free exploration call and talk to me a little bit more about my coaching services, you can hit that QR code. It brings you to my landing page that signs you up. It also is a calendar request through Square, and it'll give you the different options that you have and what I charge so that you can use the QR code. Here's my email if you'd like to contact. My social media username is @LaurenCruz A2Z. And I do have a website, laurencruz.com. And I am able to talk to you and unpack a little deeper the new author process and your social media. So thank you. And I guess, Charlie, if you want to, we will open this up to more questions and see what we can do.
Sounds good. If you want to hit stop sharing so they get to see you. Is it possible, and I mean, I should have talked to you on the backside of this, if we have your slides, we could actually email them out, but I don't know if you use these for talks. These are kind of,
I do.
They're kind of, they're actually copyrighted and they're proprietary. So,
but
nice you could, she allowed you to take a couple pictures here and there if you wanted to do that. But so, I know we have got a few authors that are in here. I'm going to go back and I'm just going to just make am I on here? Oh, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm just going to pin me for a second. So I'm next to you. I have a couple, for those of you love the content on this. So a lot of you are on here, or you're in the Rooted Cafe, or you're following us because I've applied all of these kind of principles. So they work. Is it work? I've seen a few of you on here are like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. It is.
It is.
That's why the publishers who, when they publish you and you're huge, they make a lot of money because they have someone who's paid that does this full time, and they're getting out there and they're building platforms. And that's why it's important when they ask you all these numbers, you start now while you're writing. I love it, Lauren. Thank you for encouraging for encouraging us to start now building your platform, building your emails, because you'd be surprised how quickly, if you're consistent, how quickly that how those happen. And so a couple questions about having, love the information on your Facebook page. You guys know that when you do it, you do have to have a business Facebook page, like an author page or something. You do need that if you want to run ads, so that you do have to have that. The good news is, like, when you can when you post to like Instagram, you can click to also post to that page, also post, you can utilize that content over multiple places. I love that you encouraging them to use your private page. It does take you away from, now a lot of us have to remember, if this is your brand now, so you step away from your private page and realize this is now my business private page. So now you want to make sure that you're not your postings are all on brand. You'll hear us say that all the time. Is this on brand? When we look at your page, do I know who you are? Do I know what you do? If I went to all of your private pages on Facebook right now, would I know what you do? Would I know that you're an author, or that you're a coach for something? Or I want to know that on there when I first go to it, because people will stalk you and find out who you are. So I've ended up making my page public so that anyone can see it, because I have it is not really private anymore. It is actually my brand page for me to be able to post things on it and interact with people. So I'm careful about what I post. And I keep other things private, and I do it in another way. You can set up another private page for just your friends and family that you don't tell anybody about, and keep the one you have. And I want to I hope you heard Lauren said you become the expert. So that might be hard for some of you. You may be having a lot of people have that identity. They feel like they're imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not an expert. Yes, you are. You're the one you become the expert. Get in groups of where think about your ideal reader, your ideal client. Who is she? Where is she? He? Wherever. Go into those groups. Get into those groups on Facebook and do not spam them. Actually add value to those groups. So people start saying, oh, Sarita, I noticed she's always posting on how to organize your kitchen. And she's in these groups of these women who are home, at home moms, or maybe they're how to do it all moms or whatever. And I noticed she has she's always posting funny things in there about that. Who is Sarita? And they're going to go and stalk you, want to be your friend, and they're going to post. And then you can private message like, oh girl, let me see a picture of your cabinet. I want to see what you're doing. You become friends, you build things, you get, oh, I have a really cool little organization sheet I can send you. Here's a little link, and they do it, that you get their email. Yes, it's a process, but you organize your time. So like you say, 30 minutes every day or 15 minutes every day, you're going to spend time in that engaging. But she shared with you, when I know on Facebook, you can batch it. That's what we do. We'll sit like on Sunday, for example, for me, that's a day. It's batching. And I might do it for the whole month and just batch out stuff and be done. And it gets finished. And then I just spend maybe 15, 20 minutes a day going in and commenting and adding to that. So don't feel overwhelmed. There's actually a way, and Lauren can help you even through that, about how you do that. Let's see, Canva. I actually use Canva. I don't use Facebook's pre-batching. I use Canvas because they actually have a calendar, and you can click the days, and I can look at it from a distance and go, oh, I see what we've got done. Mary Catherine is not on here right now, but she's taken over. She does a lot of our posts and graph. Hallelujah. But it is work. So I appreciate her for that work. Repurposing your content. It doesn't have to all be the same. If you use something like Canva or and they do have a free version, go in there, and I put a link on there. We don't get anything. I think they give you like a free pro for a while or something, but if you go on there and you say, like, I make a Facebook post, you click Facebook post, and you look, and these little templates come up, and you can kind of use those and put your own pictures in there. Then what you could do is hit resize Pinterest, and it'll make a copy and resize it. So then you can use it for multiple things, and you don't have to just work smart, not hard. Like Lauren had told you that, right? And let's see, sharing slides. Oh, answered her question. Talking about landing pages, you guys, that's a huge question, way bigger than this. Literally, people get paid full time and a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That
I
is
would,
something I can help you with.
he can
Yes.
help you with that. But
Yes.
it's bigger than today. But thank you for that. And lots of thank yous to Lauren. Thank you for all the information. I'm gonna scroll down what else I can find for you. A social media question. If you have a blog, do you recommend you use your name or your blog name for your social media sites?
What's your brand? I mean, my question is, what's your brand? Are you the brand or is your blog the brand? What's the brand? And yes, you can use it. I mean, if your name, like mine is Letters of Love, and it really relates. When I first started the blog, it related more to the Hebraic nature, and I kind of got stuck into, well, really, that's not my blog anymore, because now it's going to go into more coaching and stuff. So I don't use my blog title anymore. I just use my name. So it really just depends on what your brand is. And where do you get the
I'm gonna
most
tell you, Lauren,
action?
everyone I've coached, it always has changed. So I say use you as the brand. You are the
Yeah,
brand. So I
you're the
back
brand.
you up 1000%. Your
Mhm,
blog should be you. You can have a
mhm,
byline, it could
mhm.
say, Amanda Cox, bring in simplicity to a complex world. I
Right,
mean, it can be that, because you can always change your byline. But if
right.
you just become the brand, I know that's weird, guys, and it isn't boost, but they have to find you.
Yeah.
You're a needle in a haystack. So make the
Mhm,
haystack smaller for them to find you,
mhm.
and the needle bigger.
Yes.
That's the job. Yeah. Amanda, I also ask here, Lauren, when you do a search word, your audience are looking for when you do a search word, your audience is looking for to share on those topics. How do you streamline that search? That's a good question.
Okay, so go to Google, honestly, and you can Google keywords.
Yep.
There's a way to do that. You can also Google, like, think of how you would search for something, and you know how you start typing and it'll kind of give you like a whole list of suggestions. Like, look through that list. Are there words in there that you can hit? Like, if I go in there and I go Hebrew alphabet, I can see like a whole list of suggestions, and so I can kind of see what are those keywords that I can play with. But also there are sites, you can Google keywords, you can Google keyword sites. There's a lot of things you could do. What's trending? Google Trends, and those are different avenues for you to start picking up those keywords.
That's very good. Super good. A couple people have asked for Foster. Yeah. Gail, if you're in the Ruta Cafe, Gail Heaton is also really a great resource for you if you're interested in writing about fostering. You can go to her website, Suddenly Siblings, and she actually she is a adoption and fostering specialist, and she's actually like a social worker, and she's amazing. And she writes books actually for the children in the home that are all of a sudden new siblings are coming in to help them, guide them through, and they're so amazing. And she does them by age group. So going in there and checking her stuff, and she's very open to discussing, for those of you who are interested in that topic or writing on it, of her process. And I believe she went through did a hybrid process as well. Let me just say to all of you, no one loves this. No one loves doing all this marketing. No one loves, well, there might be people who kind of love it, but I mean, it is a lot. And I know for Lauren and I, we've spent years developing the skills to this, knowing how to do it. Obviously, that's why you're here. That's why there's over 2,000 women in the portion, because a lot of work went into that, and continually going in and loving on people. And if you just look at it the way Lauren said, you're just loving on them. You're finding that woman who needs to know that she needs the information that the Father's placed on your heart to give, and look at it from that perspective. You're here to serve. Thank you, Lauren, for emphasizing that servant heart in this process, because you have information, and you want to get it. Oh, and you'll hear me say all the time, the gospel's free, but getting to the nations is not. So you're either going to pay someone to do all this for you,
Right.
very expensive, or you pay with your time to get in there and do it and learn how to do it, and you'll get better and better. But start today. Start today.
I'll give a plug for the traditional publishing. It takes forever, but you know what? You've got a lot of time to learn these things. You've got a lot of time to learn and experience and understand. And if you self-publish, don't shortchange yourself with the struggle of understanding this. There are easy ways, there are quick ways to get that book out. But if you miss the opportunity to really understand what your reader needs, wants, and how to really build that platform to get more people to, be aware of your book, then you've done yourself a little bit of a disservice. You know, don't be afraid of the struggle of doing this. You don't have to master everything in all things. You just have to focus on a little and become a master of that.
Great question, Danielle. Maybe we just close with this one too. Is it
Okay.
how would you go about marketing content on scripture without being shadow banned?
Yeah. I honestly, I go ahead and I put the photos and I'll
Yeah, the
embed the
images.
scripture into the images. I don't do it so much in my text because the crawlers across Facebook for the algorithms are looking at your text and they want to know the words that you're using. And so I'll put up like, good morning, or here's my motivational Monday, hashtag motivational Monday. And I'll put the scripture on the image. And it's not picked up quite as quickly and easily. And I don't, you know, I know that we want to share the gospel and I know that everything, but honestly, Instagram is not where I'm there to fight with you about your beliefs and politicals. And I'm just showing you me and my works and products. And so avoid that. And that helps you stay off the shadow ban list. So
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. That's really good information. So I will share with you guys just super quick. I say that and I'm scared. When I say the word, Lauren, you're going to laugh. Algorithm.
Yeah.
Facebook changes this all the time.
All the time.
They all have a thing called an algorithm. We're not going to go into explaining all of it, but I'll just say this. You put a post. So we'll just say for all of you who are on the portion, here's my plea to you. I put a post, or this video is streaming now live on the portion. It goes in there. That's our private Facebook group that goes along with our community. So it goes in there and there's over 2,000 women in there. However, not all 2,000 women will see this on their feed or even know it's happening because there's an algorithm. Facebook is like, we don't know yet if this is important. So you might notice me saying, ask a question.
Right.
And I'm asking you to do an answer. Y'all, hitting the like and love on something doesn't do anything for anybody. So can I just ask everybody, if you want to help someone, stop.
Yes.
Would you
comment.
just post, would you comment, even if it's the same heart?
Yes.
And send. The heart shows up. The more people are commenting, Facebook goes, oh, this must be something people want to see. And the algorithm will push it out to 50 people instead of 10.
Yes.
Now, if they're all commenting, and then if you ask a question and answer a question, there's dialogue happening in this comment section on Facebook. It will propitiate that algorithm. So now it'll go out to even more people, and more people say, oh, this is viral, so let's take it to all 2,000.
Right.
So the best way you can help someone in their groups, I will tell someone a lot of time, hey, I'm about to go live. Would you guys jump in and add some comments to your friends?
Right.
That's what I recommend. If you're going to say, I'm going to go post something right now, would you say something on there? Because that way you boost your algorithm so more people see it. Otherwise, you saw how fast it lasts. It lasts this fast unless people are talking about it and they're in the comments working it. Stop thumbs upping and hearting. Doesn't do them any good. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, if you're wanting to help them and let them know your love, just put the heart inside a comment, right? Lauren, anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, everybody likes the likes, but the likes don't help you at all. You've got to have that content. You've got to have the comments. And honestly, here it is, the network thing again. Everybody in here for some reason wants a book, wants published. You want that network with other writers. And so just like what she said, this is your group of people, or this is the type of people. What you could say in a private group, hey, I'm going to be posting a blog. Will you share it today? Will you post on it today? Even if it's just like, thank you for sharing. It's part of the network marketing experience to help each other get in that algorithm and get it boosted. And so
help each other. Ladies, help each other. I think that Rebecca Cruz is the only person who put her email saying, hey, find me or whatever. She's at I know you can find her everywhere at Audience of One Creations. I want to make sure I say it right for you, Rebecca. Audience of One Creations. You can find her everywhere. She's got amazing stuff, y'all. I'm just telling you, her book is the best gift to give to a when you find out she's pregnant. Her book about speaking the word over the baby is amazing. So I'm just telling y'all, help each other. You're each other's peeps right now. And as you do that, you can start helping each other build each other's lists and doing that.
Also, I put into the chat, I've got a Facebook page called the Scribe Tribe. It's brand new. I mean, I don't even, it's just me on there right now because I've been holding off sharing this information, but the
Yay.
Scribe Tribe is basically my coaching and marketing page. And so join it, and then we can begin to build the community. And, you know, I've got you as my followers and like my page, but also sharing things as you're coming in and you're asking questions and you're beginning to promote your book. Here's your community, here's your tribe to help you get that out.
Love it. Thank you for everything.
Mhm.
I'm
And
excited,
if
y'all.
I will, I know you're going to give a giveaway, but if I may ask, and this is part of the marketing aspect. If you gained anything out of this, if this was helpful to you in any way, I would love to share your testimonies and your reviews. Again, this is just the same process. And so you can either put it in the chat, and I will download the chat keep it in my Zoom folder. Or if you want to type something in on the Scribe Tribe. And again, this is how we share and how we promote each other. And so your words would then be used in copy when we begin to promote things.
Yay, let's do this giveaway. I'm
Mine
excited
is the
about
one
this.
with the feathers. There's a couple of different groups called the Scribe Tribe. One, should have a feather on it, and it should say Lauren Cruz, and it's got my mission statement.
Like a feather plume, like a
like rows of feathers.
oh, gotcha.
Okay. Oh,
Can
she's
y'all
spinning.
Can you all see it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you could hear it. Probably not, because I didn't put the sound, but it's okay. So we'll do this one's for the devotional. First one.
So I'll need to mail it to them. How are we going to collect their
So
addresses?
Jody Matthews. Woohoo! You're the winner, Jody. If you're still on here, I see you're still on here. I need you to email, and I'm going to put the email in the chat, or someone do it for me. I'll do it right now. info@therootedcafe.com. Would you email your address there, and we'll get it over to Lauren to be able to do that. Yay. And you can't win twice, so I have to remove you. Okay. Next. This is for the main book.
Yeah.
Look at that. Danielle Taylor. Woohoo. That's awesome. I don't know if I want to know somebody. Yay, Danielle. Great. Thanks for all your interaction too, Danielle. For y'all that know, especially when you start doing this, having people interact is so amazing. And so helpful that and Danielle, I think I have your address if I look in the Rooted Cafe. She's one of our members there. But thank you for your interaction. For those of you who ask questions, you'll see as you start doing things like this, if you can do little small things like this, even starting them on your own. You just do a Zoom and invite your friends on your private page and say, hey, I want to talk about whatever you're horseback riding, putting your kid to sleep, whatever you're expert, whatever you're trying to share. Something that the Lord shared with you that you're trying to write your book on, that you begin creating yourself as the expert. You do a little workshop for them, and let's all chat around the table. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be all crazy professional. You can do this, you guys. And you have hopefully feel like you have a support system.
Oh, I forgot something. What? The other handout. I gave everybody a list of all the Christian conferences in the nation. Some of them are online. Some of them are in person. Guys, go look at them. Go submit for contests. Go to a conference, right? There's a couple of them that I teach at, and there's others, and there's something for everyone. So take the time to research those. Do it.
I think that's amazing. And y'all, if you please know that if you are interested, I put the link in the chat. If you didn't get it, I don't know if I probably I did that. We do have these videos are available if you wanted to get them. They are right under $20 if you wanted to get them, because so you can watch them over and over, and you can just it's a lot. It's a lot in a short period of time. And some of this is new information. You've never even heard these concepts before. So I want to encourage you to do that. There's some of you are interested. If you are building all the things out, Lauren knows I'm a huge Kajabi fan. That's where I do everything from. I'll give you guys a chance to scroll up and see that as well, or just get a hold of me. And you can Charlie at the Rooted Cafe, KAFE.com. I'm happy to go over what that looks like, because I love Kajabi, because I'm not techie. So it does all the things for me. So that's what I use for building out the platform we use. You might not need all the things. You might just need a couple things. But if you need everything she talked about. We talked about funnels and pages, and you're like, I have no clue. That's what that page, that's what's good for. I'm trying to find, oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. I'm just copying here this link again so you can get it again. You guys, oh, hold on. I'm trying to get you guys the link for the videos if you want to get those, and you're like, I need to watch these over and over. There it is. One more time. If you need to copy and paste that, give you just a second to do that. If you've been blessed, I pray you have been blessed by this. I know I have lots of pictures on here that I'm going back and can't wait to go through. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. Thank you.
Get in touch with her. You guys, you want to get in touch with Lauren. You can, in all the ways, get in touch with her, she will do that discovery call with you and find out if what she can help you with. And
here, I'll put my email in there too. Putting my email in the chat. Comcast.net.
Yay.
There you go.
Lots of thank yous coming up. Sarita says your presentation was great. She learned so much today.
Thanks. Yeah, if you want to do a review in the email, definitely. Yeah, that's fine. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. L Cruz 9005 at Comcast.net. Everyone who is watching on the portion over live, thanks guys for hanging out with us. This is a little different than what we normally do, and I love it. I know you have a book in you. I think we all have it. And the reason I said the password to get in here was legacy, because I do believe that a lot of times we're not passing on oral traditions. We're not passing on our story. Some of you, it might just be getting your story onto paper, just so that your children have the legacy of knowing who you are, who maybe years down the line, maybe great grandchildren, they get to know you because you have your story in words. Maybe it's not that you want to publish it to the nations, but maybe it's something you just want to get out to your friends and family, like Kim Allen explained on here. Just write. Every day, just sit down, just put your hiney in your chair and just write. And I said that to myself. Did you hear me pointing to myself? All right, y'all, have a fantastic day. Be blessed. Again, thank you.
Thank you.
Shalom, y'all.